Hello, learners. I've missed you. I'm coming to you from the breakfast nook of my home. Check out the backdrop here. I commissioned this painting of Central behind me from a Central art student about 15 years ago. Her name is Libby Wetbeck. You may know the family. I think Miss Rousseau forgot I had this. You know she would want this in her office, but it's all mine. All mine. Before we get started on my human geography video thought of the day, are there any questions about accessing the alternative method of instruction? Oh, Sandy.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Dang it, Sandy. Why didn't you go before class? I'm not touching that hall pass. There's no one to stop you in the hall except just two cats. We recently covered the topic of development. Recall that one way we assess the country's level of development is with HDI, Human Development Index. And you remember that there are three important elements of HDI. One is decent standard of living. Two, long and healthy life. Three, access to knowledge. Here we have a few artifacts that demonstrate relative high level of development. Items which are particularly important during our current difficulties. The first we have here is frozen hamburger meat. Now this is important in two areas, standard of living and healthy life. You could add the fact that I have electricity in a refrigerator speaks to our electric infrastructure. You can't take that for granted. Hamburger helper. Again, this contributes to the quality of my life here in my classroom away from Central. Don't believe what Frau Lusk says about the helper. It's good eating. That's self-explanatory. And finally, your textbook, Access to Knowledge. Read it. Some of you might ought to open that up. Oh wait, I have another one. This is a foreign consumer good. I purchased it in Switzerland. It's my little Swiss Army knife. The Swiss are known for their cheese and their knives, and I guess cutting cheese with their knives. I purchased this with Mr. Dorr when Mr. Dorr and I took a bunch of kids to Europe about 10 years ago. We had a good time and brought almost everyone back home. Actually, one kid never made the trip because he's lost his passport in New Jersey. Never lose track of your passport, boys and girls. Well, that's all I have for today. It's Sunday, you know. Make sure you have read all the posts on my AMI page. The district is developing a plan for the remainder of the year, and it will be unveiled after spring break. Let me know if you liked my video on the AMI page or in an email to charles.west@lrsd.org. What do you think of my cowboy hat? Also, I have a few other videos on my YouTube page. You can watch my dad playing his guitar or some cool underwater footage from my trip to Curacao. That's a whole other country. Right here on the globe. Down around there. Lost my place. You can find it. It's an independent country in the Caribbean, but still a constituent country of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. So be well, take care of the less fortunate, practice social distancing, and wash your hands. We'll be talking to you again later. Seriously, be strong. May the force be with you.